It is a really warm day today. So I suddenly felt inspired to talk about the MGTOW. I don't know why, it just suddenly pops up in my head. And yeah, I don't know, I'm not personally inspired by them. I'm pretty old-fashioned in that sense. I would like to have a wife, probably get married, have 1-2 kids and a dog. I know, I'm a slave to the system. So, yeah, so what do I really want to talk about related to this topic? Well, you know, I don't dislike the MGTOW. Actually, I think that, as with most of these movements, there's always a kernel of truth in what they preach. And they have some interesting stance on things. And I get it why so many guys want to go MGTOW nowadays. I mean, let's get honest. Let's be honest. Bitches be tripping, yo. Especially these days. So, yeah, I get it why some guys do it for these selfless reasons. And hey, that's fine. I mean, I'm not hating on the people that are doing this. And everyone should live their own life in the way that they want to do it, right? That's just the way it is. I'm not gonna judge people for that. I mean, as long as you do something where you're not going to bother other people, then hey, go and do whatever the fuck you want to do. That's as simple as it is. But I do also think that many guys that do this. Now, actually, let's talk a little bit about what the movement itself is. So, the MGTOW movement is short for men going their own way. And what they preach is they want to preach the idea that men should kind of live for themselves. And you should be aware of engaging in serious relationships with women, because like I said, bitches be tripping, yo. That's that's kind of the you know the mindset behind it. And yeah, it's teaches guys to be self-sufficient and, you know, be yeah, how should I say? Just to be a man, you know, be a man for yourself. And hey, in and of itself, that sounds great. That sounds great. And it's often considered to be like a sexist group, which I don't think that it is. That's absolutely stupid. It is simply, again, like guys that have made the conscious decision to stay away from women, or at least stay away from the idea of engaging in serious relationships with them. And like I said, some guys might really do that for really selfless reasons. However, I think that the big majority of these people, well, nah, maybe not the big majority of these people, but a good vocal minority, a good large part of that community consists of weird oddballs. I mean, someone like Durian Ryder who's suddenly MGTOW. He doesn't do it because he's MGTOW. I mean, the guy has a girlfriend. I mean, how much of an MGTOW can you be if you have a girlfriend? Yeah, you know, doesn't really make sense. He does it because he knows that he gets a following out of it. That's why he does it. He just wants to be, you know, everybody's friend, or at least he just wants to fuck with communities that he can easily manipulate. And then there are also a lot of people like, I remember that a friend of mine showed me a channel called Sandman. And he's an MGTOW guy. And very strange dude. Like I just watched one video, and he was a very weird guy when we are talking about mannerisms or how he carried himself. Very awkward guy. And then you have someone like Indispensable P something. He is a guy that was a supporter of Durian Rider the moment that Durian Rider was an MGTOW. So some people fell for the idea that Durian Rider supports the MGTOW and he also supports Flat Earth and all these other fringe societies that he can just easily manipulate. And some people, you know, they decided to support him just on the basis that, oh, he's a guy with a lot of subscribers and he supports our message, so let's support him. It's just simply, you know, friend politics or something. Like, well, no, it's not exactly friend politics, but it's something in that area. So these people, they decided, you know, some people decide to support him. And that's what you see, like a lot of people that now support Durian Rider are not even vegan. They are MGTOW folks. They are just old guys in the 40s that can't get a girlfriend. And, yeah, whatever. But yeah, someone like MGTOW, Indispensable P, yeah, you know, the guy that some of you might not know who he is, like a very small channel, not even worth mentioning really, but he made some very vulgar threats, or not even threats, but he made some very vulgar statements against Norwegian when all of this was going down. Some really disturbing shit was what he said. And it was a guy that was like 35, living in his mom's basement, a very geeky guy with a very big mouth. And yeah, that's kind of want to go. That's kind of what I want to go with this, is that many of these guys that do MGTOW, they don't do it for selfless reasons. They do it because they are weird guys that lack all understanding of social skills. Like Sandman or Indispensable P, guys like that. The only reason that they do this is because maybe they don't hate women, but they certainly don't know how to handle a woman. They certainly don't know how they can engage with women. Being a self-reliant man that does not have to engage in a serious relationship with a female, hey, that's fine. That's fine. I applaud you for that. If you want to live that life, fine. But someone like Sandman, who has an awkward, sassy slur throughout all his videos, that is simply not a very likable guy. The same goes for someone like Wild Thing, a member of the primal community that is also an MGTOW member that makes weird new age styled videos. And even has videos where he's talking about how it's great to hallucinate. That's right. Like, this guy apparently has frequent hallucinations and he thinks that it's a part of human life or something. Right. Like, so much for the healing primal diet, but whatever. I'll get to that some other time. Yeah, people like that. Don't kid yourself. The reason that you don't want to engage in a serious relationship with females is because you wouldn't even get one if you tried. And then, of course, it comes off as a lot more masculine to say, like, I make the choice myself. I make the conscious choice myself to not engage with females. I mean, they all want this dick, but they ain't getting it. No, they don't want your dick, buddy. They simply realize you're one weird motherfucker. Like, you might be able to engage a conversation with a girl, but then in 3 minutes they realize, like, oh shit, this guy is fucking weird. Yeah. But, you know, I also don't think it's fair that some people think that the MGTOW is a hate group against women. I mean, some individuals are definitely, like, hateful people. There's no denying that. But most guys that do this, I don't think that they are. But hey, you know, many of the people that accuse this group are actually truly a hate group, which is feminists. Now, of course, again, like you have to judge these people on an individual level, and I guess that many feminists aren't truly hateful towards men, but many are. Many women or even guys that are feminists are hateful towards guys. And they have no, shame in hiding this. They are very open about their hate against men. But they barely get any shit for it. There is definitely something like unequal treatment based on gender. But this goes both ways. Males get treated unequally and females get treated unequally. Each in their own way. For example, if a guy and a gal decide to divorce, the woman is far more likely to gain custody over the children. We know that this is statistically true. And if a woman gets raped, well, even if it didn't happen, the guy has a big ass problem. Because the court is sometimes very likely, or will sometimes favor the girl. And we do know that guys have been sitting in jail sometimes for fake rape cases. But if a guy gets raped, and even if there's sufficient evidence for this, sometimes nothing really happens. And society laughs at that guy. Like, oh, what a pussy. You got some pussy and you're crying about it. What's wrong with you? You fucking piece of shit. Aren't you a guy, man? Guy can't get raped. Right? Stuff like that. Society is just really unequal for both of us. And that's just what it is. And should that change? Yes. Is that going to change? I don't know. This really is the time for a lot of social development, isn't it? It might change since there's so much discussion about this right now. The left wants more equality for everyone except white males. And the right wants more equality for white males. Well, it's a little bit more nuanced than that, but that's essentially what it boils down to. Yeah, so who knows? I don't know. Sexism happens both ways, and it happens everywhere. And you better just learn to deal with it. Like hell, I am sometimes a victim of sexism. This white, cisgender male, I know. Like, you can barely imagine that, I know. But hey, it happens. It happens. It usually happens on the internet, I'll be honest about that. Like, it's not something that frequently will happen just in my day-to-day life. But it happens. And what can you do about it? I don't know. I can cry about it and make a video about it on the internet. Well, I mean, that was not the intent of this video, but I'll just mention it. Everyone gets some unequal treatment, and the world isn't fair, and it probably never will be. Not before we completely fuck it up. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.